How does it taste? I don't know how it tastes.
Plus.
Camera rolling.
Plus is a pastor's kid.
Camera rolling. See you.
I hope I'm not sweaty. If I'm sweating this interview, Mr. John is responsible.
You're good.
Okay.
Camera rolling. Camera rolling. Camera rolling. Anthony.
Yes. What do you want?
Who's my guy? This is my guy, right?
Yeah, but we don't need the cameras, do we? We're talking to each other.
Yes, just go.
Yeah, we don't need
Oh,
cameras.
yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Camera rolling.
Okay, so credit for you for, the little conversation we just had.
Mhm.
It seems like you already have a knowledge of the industry in Nigeria, and that's, with how you started and with where you are right now, how much can you tell me about what the music business is like? Because the truth is there's so many young talents out there who want to get into this business,
Right,
and
right.
you have first-hand information. You're living, you're breathing, you eat this industry. So what would you be able to say about the industry in Nigeria? What are the challenges? What are the benefits? What's the future?
Okay. First off, let me just put it in there that ultimately there are no formulas. It's really God, and however it moves, the Spirit. That said, there's some things that work for some people, and if you repeat the same steps, it might work for you. What I've noticed about the industry, Nigerian industry, for instance, is there's still a lot of room for expansion. You rightly said there are a lot of talented people, and for only a few to be selected at the certain time, certain period of time, it's only really the grace of God, because nobody's out talented than the other person, because everybody has a peculiar set of skills that are for you and for the for how you want to use it. It's not like somebody can sing better than this person. It's just that what you have to say is different from what I have to say, or even if we have the same thing to say, the way you say it's different from the way I'll say it. But I think a lot of message-driven songs are not there anymore, or we're at this stage of spiritual famine. It's like a lot of people are not message conscious, and I think maybe it has to do with the fact that the music is going younger.
Okay.
So yeah, maybe it has to be that, because as the music goes younger, young people are not really savvy with the real issues of life. There's only a few things that we know about. We just want to have a good time, girls, parties. So it's the realities of the young people that we sing about.
Okay.
So back in the day, there were a lot of message-driven songs, because many of those people have gone through life. They don't see life. You feel me? They've experienced a lot of stuff, and so they were singing about what they were experiencing. So because now the music is younger, the music is only a reality of what young people are going through. But I think it's unfair to the general public if we only churn out this type of music, because a lot of young people are also growing up, and our music is their reality.
Yes.
And they'll grow up and say, okay, this is the way life is. Oh, life is about this. This is the type of life that I want to have. That said, a lot of challenges, but there are a lot of good stuff. There's room for improvement. And this is something that I got to find out late, is that people content, or local content, or music that is not for the elite.
Yes.
Music that is strategically for the populace, for the masses, would always do well. It will outlive, time, because there would always be masses. There would always be poor people. Even Jesus says that. You guys will always have poor people around you. So, having the good life, parties, these are momentary highs that young people would eventually outlive, and they will leave behind. So, but they would always have, real issues. And I think we should start singing about those issues, because there are people that are going through stuff, and they just really need that song to, you know, get them by.
Okay. Now, for you, you want to connect with the audience. We have a large population. I'm sure we have another reasonable amount of that population that listen to music. And now understanding that they don't want to get spiritual, they don't want conscious music, does that also give you an idea when you're putting your works together?
Oh yes, I mean it's a battle every day, you know, or the studio. Okay, you know, it's a thing. It's just like being in business, you know.
Yes.
Many people are in business to make profit.
Mm.
That's how businesses stay afloat, and at the expense of, you know, hurting the next person, or, you know, competing, and this type of virtues that are, they're not healthy, you know. But the goal is to make profit. Sometimes we're faced with that as artists, like, okay, do we do what people want to listen to so that we can make money, so that we can perform, so that they can like us? You know, the different indices to it. Or do we do music as we feel it? Do we do music as we, you know, as a way to serve the people? Do we do music as amplifiers of what our reality is in Nigeria? Do we do music to be the voice of the people? You know, that's the battles I think many artists are facing, myself included, and many other big artists, you know. But because of it's youth populated,
Yes.
everybody wants to look cool. Everybody wants to be the next guy. Everybody wants to be the trendy guy. Everybody wants to look like the guy in power. You know, the guy that's empowering people. Everybody wants to look like the guy that's making the moves. Everybody wants to look like the guy that's calling the shots and the girls like. So if you have those type of qualities or aspirations inside of you, the type of music you put out will be a reflection of those type of things. So what that is we end up making music to, you know, reflect
Okay.
who we want to be like.
Okay.
And I was having, you know, I was having a conversation with Jazzy the other day, Don Jazzy, and I noticed I was playing some throwbacks, some music, and I noticed that the music was, you know, people-oriented back in the day. A lot of artists were doing people-oriented music. They were singing about, you know, people, about how the society is running, you know, how we should be running. But globally now, it's a global trend, not just Nigeria. The music has gone from us, you know, us, how we should live, to me.